Hello everyone, here comes another video. I just have phases where I just record a lot of videos because I feel like I have so much to say and I need to express so many thoughts. And there's actually one thing that's been on my mind lately a lot, and that is talking about mental health and people struggling with mental issues and not feeling able to talk about it, being ashamed, being embarrassed for who they are, what they feel, what they struggle with. And I think that's a huge problem because so many people struggle. There are not many people in this world who actually had a perfect childhood, who had the perfect life, the perfect parents, where everything just worked out for them. There are so many people out there who didn't have that, who made bad experiences, and they can still feel it. As an adult, it just all expresses in a different way, but it comes up. A lot of people suffering from anxiety, from depression, not wanting to live, having all kinds of disorders. And I kind of paused because I don't know all the English words for the for mental illnesses, but I think we'll still be able to get through this. um, where was I? Yeah. So what I think is really important is to actually accept the fact that you struggle with something that you cannot control. And I think that's the thing. Like, we want to control what we feel so bad. And there's a reason that we have problems. There is a reason that we are depressed, that we have anxiety. And it's important to look for that reason. It's important to go back to the roots and to solve it. And I think a big part for that is to talk about it, to be open about it, to learn to be there with all of these things that you're feeling. And I know what I'm talking about because I've been through so much myself. And as a young adult, I just didn't really feel like I could talk about it. I didn't feel like anyone would understand, and I felt so ashamed for being different, for not having it all together, for not being happy and free like everyone else seemed to be. And I was just hiding. And maybe that's normal in that age, but I think it should be different. It should be accepted and okay to talk about it. I think I also didn't talk about it because I knew people would make fun of me and they would bully me or something. And it shouldn't be like that. It should be normal to address this stuff, to be talking about that. So I know that there are also many adults out there that actually struggle with depression and maybe even suicidal thoughts or anxiety or all kinds of personality disorders, and they feel ashamed too. They feel ashamed to talk about it. They feel ashamed to be there with that aspect of them. They're scared to tell to tell people in their life. And that is really an issue that we should get over because so many people out there are struggling. And we need to make this official. We need to make it something that is okay to be talking about, not something you have to be embarrassed for or ashamed of. It needs to be something that's normal. And I really feel a strong urge to get this message out there, help people to express. And in the end, this is just what you feel, what's happening inside of you, and the only difference is that you just don't express it, you don't talk about it. No one but you knows about it, but it's still there, it's still happening inside of you. And it makes you so much lighter and so free if you are able to just be there the way you are. If you know that there are people there who understand, or maybe not understand, but are there for you, that support you, that listen to you when you need to speak about it, that just help you go through that. And I know there are so many people who just don't share and who just suffer every single day because they think it's something they shouldn't express, is something that's too heavy for other people to take, or just feel like they're weird. And I just don't want anyone to feel like that, because there is, as I said before, there is a reason for being depressed and sad and struggling. There is a reason. And for me, it was like going back, like going way back into my past and finding out about what it is that made me feel that way. It took me years, but it was years of solving all these little issues. And trauma is a strong word, I'm aware of that, but I think that a lot more people have trauma than actually think, than you actually think. Because trauma doesn't have to be from being in a war or being assaulted or being beaten as a child or something. It can also come from really little things, from things you wouldn't think it would come. And it always depends on a person, how much they can take, how sensitive they are, how open they are, if they have a lot of other people around them who support them, or if there's no one there for them. And there's a lot of stuff that happens in your childhood that just puts a weight on you, a burden on you that you can't shake off. And then when you grow up, it all comes out. It all comes, it runs you over if you have never looked there. And it forces you to look there. It forces you to see. You have that inner child inside of you that's still living inside of you. Like, of course you're grown up now, but that child that you were, that experienced all this, it's still inside of you. And it wants attention. It wants to be healed. It wants someone to take care of it. And I'm not saying I'm always doing that perfectly myself. I struggle with that too. But I think it's so important to be aware of the fact that you still have these feelings inside of you that you felt as a child, and they're not going to go away unless you look at them, unless you take time for them and give them attention and make the decision to feel them. And if you don't do that, if you hide, if you look away, if you ignore it, it's gonna get worse. The mental pain is gonna get worse. The mental issues are gonna get worse, and you don't want that. So it's a part of you that you have to learn to heal, to live with, to give attention to. And that is mostly the root of the problems, in my experience at least. And how did I get here? I wanted to say something else. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, I think, it's just important to go to the roots. And you can only do that if you are at peace with the way you feel, in a way. I know it's not that easy, but it's important to let it be there and not to pretend that you're okay, that you're fine all the time, being ashamed of how you feel. No, it's so important that you just accept this pain and that you put yourself out there the way you are, that you just become brave enough to express and show what's actually there, because this is going to save you. This is going to help you heal if you talk about it. For me personally, it's therapy. For me, it's therapy to talk about my own issues, about my own history, my story, and it's just expressing how I feel, just saying openly how I feel. That is so healing to me. It's so healing to me, because so many years I wasn't able to do it. I didn't allow myself to do it. I suppressed it. And now I can finally do it. And I'm just so grateful to be able to just say how I feel. And that's something I had to learn, because it's not so easy if you didn't do it your whole life, but I do now. And you can follow me on Instagram. It's Jana, Jana, .inspires. And I share a lot of my story there and talk about how I feel, and I try to give hope and encourage people to live a better life and be happier and just accept themselves the way they are, because I think that's the key to happiness and to healing. So, enough said, I guess. Please let me know what you think about this in the comments, and I would like to hear about your stories with this, about your experiences. Let's all share here and talk about this issue so it gets more normal. And thanks for watching this. I'll see you around, and yeah, subscribe and comment, and yeah, follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you around. Bye bye. Have a good day. Bye.